Welcome back to the Blue Door Pub Thunderdome for another bull with Andy Carlson, Minnesota's 87 best daily podcast, a show about everything and nothing, right up in your ass, right up at the crack. 5 days a week. Sitting shotgun is Uncle Nick. Follow him on Twitter at Nick Sunday.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Did you listen to the episode from yesterday with Randball from Star Tribune?
I did not yet, no.
Oh, probably should.
Well, it's on my ride to work, it will be.
Oh, it's a good one. And, I was thinking this too, because every episode comes out like 4 a.m., like iTunes puts it out at 4 a.m. It's like, oh, this is your morning radio podcast that you can listen to at night. Or, I don't know. So there's something there. We'll have to workshop it. Tell a friend, spread the word, add to the Jerome Home Arm and iTunes, Stitcher, Heart Radio. And also follow me on all the social medias at Andy Carlson Show. On brand. Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. Hitting that up. But, Nick is over. We just had a nice little dinner. Nick had, actually we all had taco salads. Well, we were going for the taco salads, and then the wife busted out the taco shells. Apparently, she had a long day, so going shells. But I'm a big supporter of the taco salad, right? And not even taco salad that's in like the stupid taco bowl, the one that's formed and it's like shaped like an upside down helmet, made of like deep fried flour tortilla.
The one that all the restaurants do with a giant. Yeah. I mean, it's not even a small side salad. Like I never seen a small taco salad. It's always like the taco salad for with 5 people, like for sharing. Well,
the thing about taco salads in restaurants is that they're able to make it huge, and they're like, oh, look at the size of that taco salad, amazing, ay ay ay, muy caliente, because it's like 75% lettuce. Yeah, because you get the giant shell or bowl or whatever, and then you shove it full of 75% lettuce. You have about 4 ounces of meat, chicken, ground beef, steak, whatever, a sprinkle of cheese, an assload of sour cream because that's relatively cheap, and then you got the black olives, and then maybe some jalapenos, and then just like a thimble, like not even a human-sized thimble, like a thimble that a mouse would use if mice were into sewing, of guacamole, just like.
Sound effect,
avocados are expensive, and
they're not cheap either. Restaurants don't do it cheap.
Yeah, and I don't like that Chipotle charges extra for guac, but I understand, because it's not a cheap little add-on, and it's going to be more expensive after we build a wall to Mexico. Hey, it's going to be a great wall. It's going to be the best wall ever. They're going to call it the Great Wall many years from now. Wait, that's already taken. The Great Wall 2, Electric Boogaloo. Yeah. And it's not going to be a really crappy movie with Matt Damon in this one. I don't know.
Matt Damon.
But this is all just queuing up. Do you remember the Bud Light Real Man of Genius? One of my favorite ones is the taco salad one. So let's let this roll.
Bud Light presents Real Men of Genius.
Real Men of Genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Giant Taco Salad Inventor.
Mr. Giant Taco Salad Inventor.
A culinary creation that baffles the human mind. A 12,000-calorie salad. Ground beef, refried beans, guacamole, cheese, sour cream, and if there's any room left, a few shreds of lettuce.
I don't see no lettuce.
Some may ask, is your taco salad healthy? Of course it is. It's a salad, isn't it?
You can eat that deep fried crunchy bowl.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, conquistador of the calorie. You put the feast in Fiesta.
Mr. Giant Taco Salad Inventor.
Bud Light beer, Anheuser-Busch.
That's my favorite one.
90s had a lot of good beer commercials.
Like Bud Light has always brought it in the marketing department. Mainly because, by and large, people see it as American piss water, not really that great beer. I don't mind it. I mean, it's fine. Like, on a hot day, truth be told, I would rather have a Bud Light than like a triple IPA with notes of persimmon. There's a time and place for each one. And here's my whole thing. When people become beer snobs, like, I only drink local beer, freshly brewed from the hops off the back of an organic, conflict-free, free-range farm. Is that good for you? Cool. I mean, I've never had a bad beer. Let's put that out there. Like, I've never had a bad mass-produced or like even like a craft beer. I've never had a bad one. Like, probably homemade. Never really gotten into homemade beer. I don't understand why you do that. I get that's a passion, but there's lots of companies that do it slightly better than you in your kitchen and your pressure cooker. Yeah. By the way, how can you still get pressure cookers after the Boston Marathon? That's what I want to know.
Wow, I can't believe you went there with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're making beer with ball bearings. No, sorry, go ahead.
No. That's kind of funny. I am a light beer drinker. I was never big into the craft stuff. Now 10 times I go for like a Coors Light or something. I light beer just because I drive. And I'm saying that very lightly because I don't support drinking or driving at all. I only have one, maybe
bold
two.
Stance, bold, Nick. Yeah.
But yeah,
are you also against babies with cancer? Yeah, bold stance, Nick.
I'm just
way
saying.
to put yourself out there.
I'm just saying. I don't mind a lot. I think there are light beers I don't like though more than dark beers that I don't like. I hate.
What's the one beer that you hate?
Miller Lite.
Really?
I'm not a big fan of it. It has a weird aftertaste.
It
has there's something about it. Something about Miller Lite that
well, it's the official beer of the Minnesota Fighting Vikings, so you have to change allegiance now.
That's this is the Bull Show. It's fine.
Yeah.
No. Bud Light's fine. I grew up with McGolden Light, obviously Minnesota here, and family. I switched to Coors now as kind of my go-to beer. But, as you were saying, a lot of the darker beers, I don't favor them, but I never hate any of them. It's like, they all have flavor, and there's a right time to drink a craft beer.
And someone who definitely enjoys craft beer, we know this because I met up with him a couple weeks ago, Josh Pelso, RE/MAX Briefer, the real estate name right here in the Twin Cities. And, how's the market as the temperature goes up? It's heating up. It's still a seller's market right now, but that doesn't mean that you can't get a good price if you're looking to buy. He specializes in first-time home buyers, or if you're upgrading, moving on up to the east side. We drove through a pretty nice development neighborhood in the area over the weekend, and then the wife got the big eye. You get the. Have you ever seen Vietnam vets? They say that they got the 1,000-yard stare. Yeah, Crystal had the 5,000 square foot stare. That's what she's doing. Bring it back to real estate. There we go. And if you're buying or selling, hit up Josh. He returns calls. He's always in contact. He's going to be your man for buying or selling your house right here in the Twin Cities. Give him a call, 763-213-4617. That phone number one more time, 763-213-4617. JoshPelto.com. RE/MAX Preferred. Hit him up. You mentioned drinking and driving. Something that's just as bad and still don't have the stigma on it is texting and driving. And I bring this up because I've made a conscious effort, because I've caught myself before. Like if you're at a stoplight and then you pull. I'm not talking about like GPS or anything like that. When it actually makes some sense. I'm talking about actual like full on. I'm gonna see if this email got back. I was like, and then I'm like, nah, I have to set this aside because I don't want to be that person. And I also did a little bit of anecdotal research. I was sitting at a stoplight, and 21 cars went by, and I want to say 13, maybe 14, were looking down. So either they were just like looking down for no reason, or they were looking down on their phone. But so that like two out of three cars, that's pretty. That doesn't make me feel good, especially when you're flying through an intersection.
That's pretty haunting, but I do think there's a really strong stigma. I mean, there's a lot. I see a lot of ads. Like I was gonna say billboards, but I wouldn't say really billboards per se. But
those big orange signs where they
the flashing traffic sign stuff. And it's a terrible thing. And I think the statistics out there are pretty bad. I mean, there's always a story every year of typically young teenagers who who get in an accident. They find out their texting was the cause of it. I just don't think...
It's dumb when they do that because the police can go through and it's like, oh, well, the carrier says that you sent this tweet or that you were perusing XYZ when you were doing it. And also the thing that really set me off was, you see a whole bunch of commercials on it, but I think people have almost filtered it out. It's like when they did the stupid tobacco commercials. It's like, my name is Rosie, and I started smoking when I was 18 years old. I started smoking to look older, and it worked because I'm 23. Yeah, but we realized that those were all BS commercials. Like, if you want to smoke, you're gonna smoke. I mean, they jacked up the prices. They, a pack of cigarettes is like $11 now, something stupid like that.
Crazy.
So yeah, if you're gonna smoke, you're gonna smoke. Doesn't matter. But all right, so we were coming out of the Target parking lot, and it's one of those that comes into. There was one car across the way, and we were turning left, and we were in the left-hand lane, and we got the flashing yellow. So turn whenever no one's coming straight. And there was one car in the oncoming straight lane, except you could see it was this teenage girl in like a Toyota Tercel, like small car, just looking down, just mashing away on her phone, probably texting Boo, maybe smashing Tinder, doing Musically, maybe whatever. And she wasn't, and the light turned green, so she had to green. She wasn't going. We got that flashing yellow. And then all of a sudden, she didn't go. For about 4 seconds, she didn't move. I'm just like, there's a line of cars behind me. Should I just go? I mean, what are the chances that she's going to look up before we do? And so I started to go. But then all of a sudden, she looked up, and then she just guns it, which is stupid, too. It's like, oh, I got to go. There was no cars behind, by the way. So it wasn't like she was getting the horn or delaying other people. So she just guns it, and luckily we hadn't like fully started to turn yet. So she went, then we went afterwards, whatever. But if say it had been like a second later, we would have been in the intersection, and then stupid idiot guns it, T-bones us. That would have been my fault, even though we could have brought up the texting and driving from a purely in a vacuum standpoint of traffic laws. That would have been my fault.
I don't know. I feel like the texting thing would have changed it. Would have reversed it. I mean, you being a responsible driver, yeah, I think it would have. I think it would have gone on your side.
She still had the right of way, though. Controversy. J'accuse.
Oh, that's interesting to think about. I don't know.
Yeah. And because it's so easy to do, and lots of people do it. And I've been in cars with people before. It's like, they're mashing away on their phone. I'm just like, do I want to be that guy that says like, hey man, just knock it off. I mean, you can smash on Bumble later.
The big issue with this is, and it's sad to say that I don't think it really affects people unless it actually affected people. I don't know anyone who's been in a car accident myself. Due to texting. I don't know anyone who's died due to texting. I don't know anyone who's died drinking and driving. My life would definitely completely change, do a complete 180 if I did. But, I mean, right now I don't. And
This week, get ready to experience an evening of laughter and inspiration with comedian Ken Davis. He's coming to Cedar Park.
Ken Davis ain't coming to Cedar Park. Filmed with HD. Oh, so the truck's going to hit this car. And bam. All right, so yeah, we're watching texting and driving accidents, and I probably shouldn't be laughing, except I can't help it because I'm that kind of person.
there was no need to slow mo that.
Yeah, we understand that he was texting, driving a big ass. But if you have a car that's over 3,500 pounds, yeah, you shouldn't be texting. Like that should be the thing. All these videos suck. Oh, there she's just on her phone. Guy on a motorcycle right next to her. Oh,
that was weird.
Yeah,
like that's creepy weird. One, he has a camera.
And how did she not see him?
She's texting.
Yeah. All right. So what is this lady's texting, and then this guy in a motorcycle has a camera just pulling up. Now he's knocking on the window, and she's still not looking up. Maybe she's trying to ignore him.
I would ignore the shit out of it. I would have my doors locked and be like, do the thing, Road Rash. That was a good game, by the way, Road Rash.
Oh, Road Rage. All right, so
I don't know if we had I feel like we had a conversation about this before. Motorcycles and texting. Have you ever seen anything like that yet?
I've not seen that sort of... Oh. All right, so now that lady just buzzed by the motorcycle. I mean, she obviously knew that he was there. Now the motorcycle's chasing...
A motorcycle is a car. You cannot do that.
The motorcycle's chasing
unless it's like a
him.
moped.
No, it's... actually, it might be
It
a
looks
moped.
small.
Yeah.
It looks kind of small now, but it was going at good speed.
Yeah, but he's got a helmet cam going on. All right, so now he's pulling on to the other side of the Isuzu, whatever, glaring at the lady. The lady's pissed off. Yeah, she gave him some chin music, driving right up along the moped. All right, now she's
that's
pulling
borderline.
over. Now she's pulling over, sort of blocking his way, being really passive-aggressive. I don't know if she... All right, so he's coming along. Open the window.
I got it all on camera. You on the phone, you cut me off everything. It's all recording right now. I'm gone to the police. I'll follow you wherever you want to go. All right, let's go.
Wait, follow you wherever you want to go. What does that mean?
No, that's dangerous to my life. That's dangerous to other people's lives. This is the best thing I can do right now. So let's get to the police right now. It's still recording.
Yeah, she really was a dick in this scenario. Yeah, now you put out her license plate. So I do kind of like these videos of instant karma or like instant justice.
Oh yeah.
Because, all right. So first off, super creepy and weird that the guy noticed that the lady was texting, driving, sure. Then he just pulls up next to her, in between cars at a light, by the way, and just like knocks on the window and was like, hey. So she just ignores him. Then the moped takes off, and then she should not have done this, but she definitely just like buzzed the tower with her full size SUV against a kid with a moped.
Because it must be a moped. I mean, he's maneuvering. I mean, a small Kawasaki motorcycle.
Yeah,
but
I looked at the mirrors. I mean, it's got to be a moped, right?
Yeah, Kawasaki would be way too loud.
Yeah, but I feel like it's something that's going to be more and more pervasive, especially as we're more ingrained into the phone, and I don't know what the good solution. Like once we get to the spot where like everything is Google Glass or the equivalent of, or contact lenses, and then we're able to, it's like a heads-up display and like a first-person shooter. You're able to check all of your Instagram and tweets and stuff. Like that's going to be super distracting.
Well, theoretically, we will live in a future where the cars just drive themselves.
Which would be amazing, yeah. Think of how much time that would save.
Which we won't even have to worry about any of this. But if you really want to make an impact now, you put harsher rules, harsher laws down, like death penalty if you're texting while driving. If you want to put it through people's...
Wait, death penalty if you kill someone or just texting and driving? Like that lady would get the death penalty?
Both. I'm literally both. If you really want to stop people from doing it. I mean, let's backtrack to drinking and driving.
Yeah.
How many people get away, how many people do you hear on the news that have the DUIs? Like I just got my 4th DUI, and all this stuff. And then, like, when they get into an accident, if they kill someone accidentally, what's their penalty? It's usually, like, freaking probation. The one, who was the wife of the famous guy, the Joe Censors? Questionably drunk, accidentally hit the Asian guy. There's a lot more... the rules need to be stricter for this kind of thing. Everything's like every rule every law that's broken. It's like it's fixed with probation. I don't understand how the world works with that.
No, the Vikings just signed a guy who has 2 DUIs, including a super DUI.
A super DUI.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make.
Which is hard to do. Something that's not hard to do. I keep forgetting to intro our little bits, but this one we're going to do is called Trailer Trash. And what it is we're going to take a trailer from a very well-beloved movie and sort of pick it apart. Do my normal thing where I pause and complain about something. So the first one, the trial run, is Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Now, Nick, have you seen this movie?
I have.
Just came out.
No,
It's got Shia LaBeouf in it.
No, it does not.
Now, this was a prequel, but it was the second Indiana Jones movie, right?
Yes, correct.
All right, so first one was The Last Crusade. No.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah. Hence, Last Crusade.
Yep. Temple of Doom is technically taking place a year before Raiders of the Lost Ark timeline, even though I think Temple of Doom came out in 1984, and I think the other one was like 81.
I like looking back at old trailers because it always starts off like, in a world that has gone corrupt, one man has the power and the fortitude to stand up to it. No.
Do you know who that guy is?
No.
There was a well-known guy. His name is I think his name is Dan Fontaine. He was considered like the most popular voice actor who always did that in a world. Like, people can be voice actors.
All right, so let's do the trailer, and then I'm going to look up Dan Fontaine.
I might have that name.
I always love old trailers, too. The preview has been approved for all audiences. Why's it got to be snakes?
Don LaFontaine, sorry.
All right, so now they're coming in.
If adventure has a name,
Oh, yeah.
it must be Indiana Jones.
Now, this is what I miss about movies nowadays, and the last Indiana Jones fell into this trap too. But like everything's CGI. Like I get that effects are really good, and you can trick the mind like 98% before you hit the uncanny valley. But the way that Steven Spielberg and Lucas did these movies were like, oh, all the shots are going to be real. They're going to be on actual film. They're not going to be on digital, and it really just added to the mystique. Like, you can't make movies like this again.
You can. I just don't.
You can, but no one wants to do it.
Yeah, no one wants to do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can make a movie where it's all live shot.
You can do all of it. I mean, it opens up the market to young kids, young filmmakers who don't have that CGI special effects technology.
Also, Short Round. Not sure if racist.
That's pretty racist. Yeah. It's pretty bad.
Also, so the blonde lady, the dancer that they pick up at the beginning, was it Shanghai, Singapore, or wherever?
Yep.
She was banging the director?
Yeah. She ended up becoming Steven Spielberg's wife.
For a while? Or
I think
they still together?
I don't know if they're still together.
Was this like a Rita Wilson situation?
Kind of, but I mean, but Rita Wilson actually works more. This one doesn't. Was it Kate Capshaw, maybe?
Oh, yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I also love... I never put two and two together that Tom Hanks' wife is named Rita Wilson and Castaway, the volleyball's name is Wilson.
Oh, I never thought about that either.
Yeah, that's it. All right, so trailer. The spike's coming down.
They are still married.
In Temple of Doom, the creepy guy, the heart puller guy.
Mortaram.
Yeah, that guy creeped me out. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that gave me some nightmares as a kid. It was like, can't go to sleep. This guy's gonna get me on a collapsed rope bridge and try to rip out my heart. Oh, we'll talking gibberish.
Yeah, that was a good impression of it.
Now, was this in South America?
No, this was in India.
Okay, because I like in how these movies they just go anywhere. Like, and all it takes is like that stupid map and
where it doesn't show the actual like them traveling barely like the background montage of them sitting in the plane, like him doing his research.
Also, what bugs me too is when they initially were going to try and the bad guys are going to try and kill him, where they're on the plane and then they just fall asleep on the cargo plane, and then the pilots jump out. Why not just put a bullet in their head and then throw them out the plane?
Way too easy.
That's what sucks. Like, I would be a way better villain than most of these people in the movies because, I'm not going to leave the hero to die in a snake pit or hung out in the desert on top of a horse. Is like, oh well, he's going to die, right? No, let's make sure he's dead, huh?
Well, Austin Powers made fun of it and pointed it out in that in the first movie with Seth Green's character as the son goes like, "No, Dad, why don't we just kill them? We can go to my room. We can get our guns. We can kill them together." It's like, "No, Scott, I'm gonna put them in this very easily escapable situation." It's kind of just how movies
All right,
go.
Scott. All right.
Because you have to think about it in this particular scene, there was a good chance, they could have slept through the whole thing and end up crashing like the bad guys thought, and that's totally believable. To a point.
Man of genius. Oh, yeah.
But obviously they
From Steven Spielberg and
parachute
George
out
Lucas,
with a raft.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
You don't believe me. You will, Dr. Jones.
Oh, yeah, Kit Cap shot.
Reference to the first movie.
I also like how this was set in a period of time where someone actually could have a bullwhip as a weapon, as opposed to... Like, I understand that, in the first one, it was the Nazis, and they had all this weaponry and stuff. But, yeah, most of these guys are fighting with swords and, like, poison arrow darts. Like, a bullwhip, it's a pretty viable weapon. Not so much when people have Uzis.
A funny thing about this movie and, like, my experiences of watching it is that I never knew there was a Shanghai scene, because most of the times when I catch this movie on TV, or, like, it was always like halfway through, and I always thought it was set in India. I didn't even know how they all met.
Yeah. Well, it's like a complete throwaway scene. I think they just threw it in there to be cool because, I mean, the costumes and the lighting cinematography is really cool. But it's speaking of movies on TV, basically omitting scenes, I didn't know that there was the part of the Shawshank Redemption where Red meets Andy down in Mexico. I thought it literally ended with Andy escaping, and then Red in the yard or doing something. I was like, well, maybe I just missed my friend. And because it would always go to like a long commercial, before we got to the final scene. I thought that was the end of the movie. For many years, I thought that was the end of the movie.
It's an awesome Family Guy where they do a parody of Shawshank Redemption, and the very end, it's Peter as Andy Dufresne's character, and he's wondering where his buddy is, and Cleveland as Red didn't remember the name of the city because, Lord, I don't even remember the name of the city.
Zewatenejo.
Always remember this as your favorite scene in it, the pounding on the on the pipes.
So no one told me life was gonna be this way. Job's a joke, you broke, your love's like a steal away.
Family Guy.
Andy crawled to freedom through 500 yards of foulness I can't even imagine.
Why he chose to escape on Enchilada Night, I have no idea.
Crawled through a river of poop and came out clean on the other side. Why he chose Enchilada Night, I will never know.
Was there ever a Mythbusters? Is it physically possible you can do this?
You have been rehabilitated?
Without
rehabilitated?
I feel like the fumes
it's just
would
a
suffocate
stupid
you.
made-up word. So boys like you can sit behind a desk, wear a fancy suit, and feel important. You're a jerk. And I had sex with your mother last night. And I swear to God, you let me out of here, first thing I'm gonna do is kill again. When I got out of Shawshank, there was only one thing on my mind. A promise I made to a friend that I had to keep.
Walk along the stone wall until you reach the tree, and that's where you'll find the rock.
Dwayne Johnson.
Dear Red, if you've come this far, maybe you're willing to go a little further. You remember the name of the town in Mexico, right?
Crap!
Is that him? Is it? No, beach dog. Oh, is that Red? Is it? No, not him either. What the hell is that jag-off? It's like $1,200 in that box. Oh, my God, if he ran off with that, I am going to be so pissed. And what am I going to do, go to the authorities? I just broke out of prison. Now what, I got to spend the rest of my life here by myself? Well, at least I won't have to be self-conscious about my farting.
All right, quick,
Well, that's it.
quick news story, and I remember this being like a news article thing, was that if you guys seen Shawshank Redemption and the scene that was parodied on Family Guy here, the tree that he went to collect the money from, in real life, that tree was just cut down back in April.
Oh,
like they cut down, because obviously, 90s they actually used a real tree. It wasn't a CGI freaking tree. That tree was popular for a number of years, but I think like lightning hit it, and like a lot of it had to go down, and it honestly just went down a month and a half ago.
Did they at least carve in Brooks was here?
I do not know if they did. They did.
Oh. All right. Yeah. Also, speaking of here, second half of the show is going to be here in 2 seconds. We'll be right back with Bull with Andy Carlson. Andy Carlson here, Purple for the Win podcast, letting you know that we'll be here all off-season long talking the Vikings angle on everything. Combine, pro days, free agency, the draft, OTAs, training camp in 2017. Baby. Get the show on 1500 ESPN Podcast One and the Podcast One app. And coming back into the Blue Door Pub, Thunderdome, brr, brr. And hey, you know what's coming up? June 3rd, rain or shine. Blue Door Pub and High-Low Diner, they're putting on Brunchapalooza. Nick, you're a brunch guy.
I love brunch.
Actually, Nick, you're more of a breakfast guy. This might not be your demo.
I can do both. I swear I can do both.
Saturday, June 3rd, like I said, Upper Park Landing in St. Paul. They got bands. They got fantastic food. They got four-course brunch, and you got your Blue Seas, you got the High Tops, you got the Tachos, and you got the Flapjacks. Plus, you get 6 drink tickets you can use on local craft beer, mimosas, Bloody Marys, all the great things that makes all the milkshake that makes the boys come out to the yard on Brunchapalooza. Tickets right now, $59 until May 21st. They go up to $69. Nice. And hey, you know, it's pretty cheap for a full day of food and fun. Hit it up. Brunchapalooza, visit thebdp.com for more details. Blue Door Pub, High-Low Diner, get some. Nick, you were at a safety conference yesterday.
Yes, I was.
Now, what did that all entail?
The Minnesota Health and Safety Conference is a conference that's held every year at the Minneapolis Convention Center to promote safety, like kind of OSHA stuff, for employees, and all types of, kind of blue-collar fields.
Since it was OSHA, how many whales did you save?
I saved no whales.
Save the whales, man. OSHA.
I saved no whales.
I feel like they just play The Cove on a loop.
They had some actually really good music playing, like in the the overhead speakers, a bunch of oldies. That's pretty sweet.
That was the most that you got out of the safety conference?
Yeah, I did. No. I attended a couple talks. Obviously, the reason I'm there because my company, which I don't want to name here, had a booth there, and I helped promote and try to advertise my company's safety to a point. And and they had a bunch of talks. A bunch of people were speaking through different safety topics. I attended one on communication, which really had nothing to do with safety. Did
they have a breakout session about condoms?
They did not.
About dental bridges?
No. It was no sex safety.
Oh.
So sex is still pretty dangerous in my life. But a lot of people were selling like special shoes with like special consoles and stuff and whatnot. I saw someone was trying to hawk some product, like some adhesive that you can put on ceramic tiles. Like if your floor has ceramic tiles, like if you pour soapy water on there, your foot will still grip to it. it was crazy.
I'm so bored.
I'm sorry. I'm the science nerd. I'm sorry. You guys got to deal with this. That's why I'm only the part-time host.
We can leave your friend. Hey, whatever happened to Men Without Hats?
I don't know. I don't think they've done anything since. I think they do what a lot of 80 bands do and just kind of tour as like a group.
Oh, yeah.
Probably hang out in Europe.
Nostalgia is a big deal. Like Backstreet Boys can tour for the next 25 years, like no problem.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, was it last week you happened to rub in my face that, Hall & Oates and Tears for Fears were in town, and they drew numbers. And I was very sad and heartbroken.
I'm really glad that Hall was able to get his shift off at Arby's. Or no, was that Oates? Doesn't matter. Let's do some news.
You are fake news. Sir, go ahead.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
I ain't got time to believe. You can't handle the truth.
The news with Uncle Nick.
All right, Freaky Leak, what's going on in the world today?
We're going world in this first news segment here. MMA. We've talked about it more than once. Mixed martial arts.
The porn star?
No.
There's a, not that I would know, but there's a pretty fantastic adult actress named Emma May. That's all. I'll leave it at that. Sorry, God.
Wow. All right, this article is from Bleacher Report. There's a couple other places that have this storyline too, but mixed martial arts, kind of big in America, kind of getting bigger. There's going to be a debut of a young fighter, and by young I mean a 12-year-old fighter. Yes, a 12-year-old is going to fight a 24-year-old in mixed martial arts in Japan, coming on May 20th. So at the end of the week. And I double checked a number of articles and thinking this could be fake news, but it's not. And this child is kind of considered a prodigy, actually.
The thing about Asia is that they don't give a fudge over there, and plus they love fighting anything against anyone. Like some of the big things that they will do over there is like they'll have a pregnant woman fight like a sumo wrestler or a midget or something. They really don't care, and I really respect that. Not gonna lie.
I really respect that.
Yeah.
All right. 12-year-old Momo Shimizu is gonna fight against Momoko Yamazaki, and I think she's actually the 12-year-old is favored from a couple of the sites that I read. She's favored to win, and it's because it's not like they're torturing this 12-year-old to fight, but like let's just throw this kid in there, we'll get some ratings. No, she's been training since kindergarten and has skill and has they're calling her a child prodigy in fighting. So,
how do you find out that your kid's a prodigy in fighting, though?
When she kicks your ass,
like maybe she's like from a broken upbringing, but she probably has like two really good parents, and it's just like, hey, you're really good at the violin, you're really good at public speaking, you're fantastic in that. Oh, and you're also really good at caving in another person's face. Yeah. Because that's my whole thing. Is like, I understand the mixed martial arts is going to be a developing thing, because our age is like, the thing to do is put the kid in karate. Charlie Murphy down there with all the kids in karate, and wear the pajamas with all the kids out the class. Nah. But as MMA grows in popularity, I think it's probably the fastest growing sport in America right now. You're going to get more and more kids into it. And my whole thing is like, if Bugsy wants to do some mixed martial arts, your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, she can learn some Muay Thai. I mean, there's some really good like defensive stuff that you can learn in there. But if she actually wants to fight, I'll be like, all right, you can do it, but you have to be good. Because nothing would be worse than to be the father of a bad female MMA fighter. Just getting her destroyed every other month. Yeah, that'd be bad.
Yeah, this article continues, and obviously there's a lot of backlash from America, but this isn't the first time this really happened. Looks like there's at least a couple other documented fights where a 13-year-old made her MMA debut defeating a 33-year-old. And last year, Deep Jewel's 12-year-old Karen Date defeated a 28-year-old via hammerlock submission. So these aren't just like random kids you're pulling off the street to try to do MMA fighting.
How'd you like to be the 30-year-old who lost to a 12-year-old?
It's about the practicing. It's the determination. This website says she's been training for 3 hours a day, 6 days a week, since kindergarten. She's 12 now. So 6 years of training all the time.
But when did she go to school?
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, as I said, obviously there is, concern. Obviously she's a young kid. And, yeah, they're playing a sport that...
For Complex News, I'm Pierce Simpson.
Crazy.
The MMA scene in Japan is a lot different than the MMA scene in the U.S. Japan certainly has its fair share of serious fights, but they also specialize in freak show fights that are designed to shock people who watch them. Even with that in mind, it's still surprising to hear about the fight that one MMA organization is planning to hold next month. According to WMMA rankings, a company called Deep Jewels is promoting a fight that will feature a 12-year-old girl named Momo fighting against an opponent twice her age. Momo is currently in the 7th grade and weighs less than 90 pounds. Meanwhile, her opponent is a professional fighter with a 2-3 record and has a past that includes street fighting. So many people are wondering why in the world would Deep Jewels even book this fight to begin with when it seems like a disaster waiting to happen. The good news is that the company is going to force both fighters to wear headgear. They're also going to make them abide by amateur rules. It's also worth noting that Momo trains at a respected gym in Japan that has produced several successful MMA fighters. One of those trainers recently uploaded a clip of her training with Momo.
Which one is the 12-year-old?
But that hasn't stopped people from both inside and outside of Japan from ripping Deep Jewels for putting a kid at the center of a fight. It's going to potentially put her in harm's way, and it's also going to put her opponent in a no-win situation, since she'll likely be criticized if she wins or loses the fight. However, the fight will take place on May 20th. That's the news for now. For more today's story.
It's like when Ronda Rousey was at the top of her game. It's like Ronda Rousey, she should fight like one of the lower-ranked MMA guys, and that'd be a no-win spot for him. It's like, if you lose, you got beat up by a woman. If you win, congrats, you beat a woman.
Yeah.
But, hey, if I'm this older chick, I come out and I just beat the shit out of the 12-year-old. I just go full out. Like, bell, I didn't hear no bell. Just, like, rip the headgear off and just go at it. No, maybe you'll do the kid a favor. Like, maybe she'll get into, like, STEM, like science, technology, engineering, math stuff.
Maybe. I don't know.
There you go. All right, what's next?
All right, we are going to talk about American television, everyone's favorite topic here.
Oh?
Exactly.
Bam.
Yes, Tim Allen is making headline news, and not actually him, but ABC. And, we're coming to May, and a lot of shows are being canceled, got to make way for fall, the summer block, and obviously fall. A number of shows got canceled. Dr. Ken, The Catch, something called The Real O'Neills. I don't know if this is American Crime, but a surprising...
American Crime got canceled?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
One that's standing out a little bit is Last Man Standing. Yes, Tim Allen's show after 6 seasons. Everyone knows Tim Allen from Home Improvement, which I think was also ABC.
Yeah.
This kind of blindsided him, and this happened in the last couple days. And Last Man Standing wasn't exactly a loser's show. They were averaging, looks like, from the Washington Post here, 8.1 million per week. Those are pretty insane numbers for television nowadays, especially with all the other cable that's going on.
Especially on a Friday, outside of the TGIF Renaissance from a decade ago.
And obviously this is going with a lot of controversy because Tim Allen earlier this year came out, being a conservative in the Hollywood world.
Well, I love that that's coming out.
He's comes out of the closet. He's a conservative.
What?
So he attended President Trump's inauguration and whatnot. Yeah, and so a lot of and here we come. We're getting backlash from conservatives who are super upset about this.
I
don't know. This is very unique. It's very unusual for a show at the prime of its time to kind of be canceled. I mean,
especially in a spot where you shouldn't turn your nose up at ratings like at all.
Yeah. I don't know. ABC is trying to defend their post, saying it's not because of the politics at all, but it wouldn't surprise me if just a little bit it was. I'm trying to look up pricing. Maybe Tim Allen. I mean, I can't imagine the show being too expensive.
Send it in. What do you mean?
The faculty committee needs to approve it after they check for microaggressions.
Microaggressions? You mean like
midget warriors.
No, they're objectionable words or phrases. For instance, midget warriors.
I know what microaggressions are. It's the latest liberal attack at free speech. And a lot of fun if you do them right.
The university has a list of stuff they don't allow speakers to say, to protect the students.
From what, ideas?
It's just the way that my school does things, Dad. Please, my grade is riding on this.
Fine. All right. Just pretend like you introduced me to thunderous applause. Some lady faints in the front row. Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, stop.
No, they'll pick her up. Come on, EMS. Get her out of here.
No, you can't say ladies and gentlemen because it excludes those who don't identify as either.
But those are the only two choices.
No, not anymore. You just have to keep it gender neutral, okay? Please continue.
Hey, everybody. America's the land of opportunity. I stand before you as...
Stop. Okay, by saying that America is the land of opportunity, you are implying that everyone has the same opportunities.
I'm not implying it, I'm saying it. If you live here and you work hard, you can succeed.
This is fantastic. I might have to watch the show
that was
now.
on here, too. It hurts the feelings of those who work hard and don't succeed.
Hurts the feelings.
Where's the list of stuff that doesn't hurt people's feelings? That's got to be a short one.
You have no idea how seriously my school takes this stuff, Dad. And remember the greater good here. You're helping me scam my way to passing ethics.
This list is insane. If I go by these rules, I'll be going against everything I believe in.
I know, but just for 15 minutes.
Been
Thank you, Dad.
No. Can't call me Dad. What if I identify as Mom?
That was good. I might have to watch the show now. And it really has gotten to this point where the whole feeling, especially on college campuses, the feelings, the microaggressions, where it's become parody. Where it's like all of a sudden everything is offensive. It's tough to operate in today's world.
Yeah, and as I said, I don't think there's any reason to cancel the show.
Yeah.
This is a basic sitcom, sitcom formula show. Tim Allen from E Online saying $235 per episode. So, it's not a multi-million-dollar show.
Mm-hmm.
Not like Modern Frickin' Family. I'm sure.
Oh, they're making all.
I'm sure the salary is insane with this one. Yep. I don't know. I will say though, 6 seasons. It lasted quite a while for a TV show. But you want to drain it till the draining. Let's let the ratings drop.
Yeah, this hasn't even gotten to the spot where there's a lull for a couple of seasons like The Office, and then you come out with a good one to end it.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. As I said, eventually, shows can come back. I don't have the news in front of me, but I know one show that was canceled was actually brought back after some backlash. So anything can happen from after this week.
Also, we need to eliminate the term backlash because it's offensive to people who have no backs to lash. People born with 2 chests. Yeah. They have to do two chest days, bro. Get out of here.
2 chest days.
All right, what's next?
All right, we got to go nerdy. I'm sorry. You ready for
It's not really nerdy. It's affecting everyone's computer.
Which is kind of nerdy. Because even I am a little confused with the storyline. It's over the past weekend there was a cyber attack, or as they said, a number of countries, 150 countries, thousands of machines, thousands of corporations have been affected by this WannaCry virus, and I don't know, it's pretty terrifying. What it does is when people activate it, your computer screen becomes locked and all your files become locked, and a window appears saying that all your info is going to be deleted unless you pay this ransom for it.
Yeah, ransomware is not really new. Have you ever had this come up for you, Nick?
No.
I'm surprised. Wait, hold on.
Shut up. Oh, because I look at a lot of porn. Yeah. Yes. I've never.
Also, you strike me as the kind of guy who'd open up every email.
No, not
really?
at all.
Oh.
Okay, I do, but I don't actually. I don't know about the files and stuff.
What's the main way that people get this?
I have not read that. It just sounded like a lot of people, like it just appeared on their computers.
That's what they all say. Well, wasn't St. Paul Public Schools, weren't their computers down for a while, and it's suspected it was this ransomware?
I haven't heard too much about America. It sounded like a lot of it was outside the United States. But I think I just saw an article about, I think Starbucks was hit with something.
Good.
As we're recording this. But, yeah, I mean, it's, it's a huge one, and obviously, kind of an understatement about how many tech nerds there are out there, obviously for good, and then there's obviously a lot of bad ones out there. And, a lot of us keep stuff on our computers and whatnot, and a lot of things can be, hacked and eventually destroyed. So,
well, what do you do here? Do you give your credit card information to the ransomware people?
That's what it sounded like, yeah. Yeah, well, that's what a number of people did.
Sounds pretty dumb to begin. I mean, why not just get a new computer? Have your files backed up. Go in the cloud. This
the money.cnn.com link I'm reading right now, it sounds like up to 70 the attackers have collected less than $70,000.
Wow.
To do this. And it hit all freaking over. It somehow got into... Oh, wait, I lied earlier. I know how it got in. This attack went through a weak patch in an update, like a Microsoft update or something that wasn't fully updated or something. So it came in through updates.
Oh, thanks, Bill. You gonna pay all of our ransoms for us?
It happens. Russian President Vladimir Putin said it's a serious attack, but none of it hasn't caused any damage to his country, Mother Russia. Even though I think a number of Russian companies came out saying that they were attacked, but whatever.
All right, what's next?
All right, last but not least, everyone's favorite, Miss USA. Who? Yeah. So the Miss USA contest happened over the weekend, and a surprising shock, District of Columbia won back-to-back Miss USA titles. So Kate McCullough, 25-year-old chemist, was crowned Miss USA.
I'm surprised they still do this.
Yeah, because do you remember who used to run Miss USA was good old president
Donald Jerome Ezekiel Trump.
Yes.
Do you think the Miss USA pageant was like Trump's Tinder back in the day, in the 80s?
I think so. You can watch John Oliver clips talk about Trump and like him talking about the Miss USA thing. He's like, "Oh yeah, they just let me walk back there while they're changing. It's my company. It's fine. It's good." Yeah. All right. The big thing I want to talk about this story was that yes, back to back, for the District of Columbia. Which,
it's not even a state.
It's not a state.
Bullshit.
However, something surprisingly, the runner-up was a Miss New Jersey. Second runner-up, Miss Minnesota.
Hey, who was from South Dakota?
Was she from South Dakota?
Pretty sure.
Her name's.
So this is bull crap.
Her name's Meredith Gold. You should look her up. She's not too bad.
What does she do? Meredith Gould?
Farm? I don't know.
Probably farm. I don't think that's her.
No, that is not her.
I'm surprised that the social justice warriors haven't shut it down yet. Under the auspice of this is sexist. Where's the Mr. USA pageant, huh?
I mean, how often do you think people actually watch this? I don't have the rating numbers in front of me. I didn't even know that this happened until after it happened.
I bet you it still does decent numbers because it's on network TV. And everything on network still does really good numbers.
I don't know, but I mean, I think there's a decline in pageant stuff. I mean, sure, Miss Congeniality kind of brought spark in the 2000s. Remember that movie?
No.
And what was Toddlers and Tiaras? The what's her name? Honey Boo Boo, kind of a little bit. I don't know. I feel like Miss America, the Miss USA, Miss Universe stuff. I feel like it's a really small niche, which I fear I don't think is going to get any bigger unless controversy or something brings a new spark to it.
All right, and that's the news. Eventually, there we go. Oh, come on.
The news with Uncle Dick.
From the entire Channel 4 News team, I'm Veronica Corningstone.
And I'm Ron Burgundy. Go yourself, San Diego.
Ah!
Also, something you shouldn't F yourself. Oh, we talked about texting and driving. Text all you want if you get a ride with Lyft. Bullshow.co/Lyft, LYFT, and we're giving you $15 off your first couple of rides. Sometimes 25. It fluctuates. Just download the app now because driving, pain in the ass. Parking sucks as well. So get around the entire Twin Cities metro area and many urban areas around the world. Bullshow.co/Lyft, LYFT. Download the app today. Show's available on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Andy Carlson Show, especially Snapchat. I feel like that's where things are going now. Do a lot of stupid things on there. But it's a lot of fun. Nick, you have fun, too. Nick, you do more of the facial things. I haven't figured out how to do that yet.
I'll teach you.
Face. Thanks, producer Allie, for making us not sound so stupid today. But for Nick, I'm Andy Carlson saying, Annyeong, sayonara, and bye-bye. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Ooh, Jessica Kleinschmidt tomorrow. Make a good time. See you.
Thanks for listening to Bull with Andy Carlson, Minnesota's 87th best daily podcast. Download the show on iTunes. Everyone's middle name is Jerome.